Kind family, welcome back. And if you're new here, please like and comment on the video. It really helps us. And please subscribe. You're going to love it here. I love you already. We are going to be besties. My name is Sierra. Welcome. Crime family, we are back again. This set is so freaking cool. I love this set. Have you watched the new Super Mario Brothers movie? I watched it. It sucked. It sucked. The people, they sucked. The characters, the plot was cool. The plot would have been bomb if the characters could have been bomb with the plot, but they weren't. They were very muted. I feel like Princess Peach could have been so much more badass, but she was always like, "Let's go!" Like, I wasn't into it. I'm mad that I bought it, but I love this set. So, it took me a second to upload this set though. We just got back from Pensacola Beach. I got to go on vacation, and I did this set like almost a month ago. But when I did the set, I wanted to upload it, but I ended up having to like work extra so I could have money to go on vacation. I'm not getting paid from YouTube yet. But yeah, and then we went and I was like, man, I need to upload this video while I'm on vacation. Didn't get it done. I was just resting. And then now we're back and here we are. So I left the video in the end so you guys could check it out. I hope you guys love this set. I love you guys. So make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like the video, and make sure that you comment down below about Mario. What do you feel about Mario? I feel like Princess Peach is a sadist. So the one thing that I love about this set is the pink. Did you see that thumb out in the sun? It was so vibrant. In order to get that, I decided to use gel polish and monomer. I'm using Beetle's Neon Pink gel polish and putting it in my monomer, adding a little bit, swatching it, adding a little bit more, swatching that until I get what I want. At first, I was aiming for a sheer neon pink. In the end, I got semi-sheer, semi-opaque, and I loved it. I ended up making too much, so instead of just capping with clear like I usually do, I decided to build out the entire nails with that monomer, so I wasn't wasting it. If you make some, make a little bit so you're not wasting your monomer. In order to get that though, when you do the gel polish and monomer trick, you can choose between white acrylic for a super opaque color or a clear acrylic. I chose clear because I was going for a sheerness, but if I would have wanted a super vibrant, opaque neon pink, I would have chosen a white acrylic. So these are E-Nail Couture forms, and these are the long ones. I love these forms, but the only thing that sucks when you use forms and you're doing your own nails is that if it's long, you have these long wings that hang down from the bottom of the nails that you're making. And if you want to turn your hand towards yourself, like make a fist and turn your hand around so you could see your nails, they're pointing at you, the wings that hang down get in the way because you can't flatten your fingers to your palm like you would normally do. And when that happens and I'm making long nails like this, I just go ahead, build out the extension real quick, do another nail, wait on it while it hardens, and once it's hard enough, I just go back, take the form off, and then build up the rest of the nail. I'm not going to torture myself through building nails, super long nails at that, with forms. So just build the extension and then take it off once your nail has hardened. Here I actually ended up popping the very tip of the nail. So taking the form off because the extension was really thin and I wasn't paying attention, I cracked the very tip of my stiletto, but that's all right because all you have to do when this happens is either put the form back on real quick. It doesn't have to fit perfectly. You just need the structure at the very end to build it out until it hardens, or you can take a tiny bead, whatever size you need. If you cracked half of it, I'm so sorry for you. But just the tip. Just the tip. I love that saying. All I'm doing is grabbing a really tiny bead. I'm going to bleed that out on the back of my paper towel and give it about 2 seconds before applying it because I want it to be very firm and moldable. Now this video is sped up, but I did wait a minute before actually dragging it out. I'm just juggling it for a second, and once I feel like it's gonna stay up on its own, I pull it out and then I actually rub under the nail so that I still have that rounded, clean look under the nail if I was to flip my nails over. I don't want it to look weird under the nail, so make sure that you take your brush up under the nail when you are building out your own free edge. Now, I'm not doing a bunch of acrylic application for this video just because there's so much that goes into this set. I just wanted to show you building out one pink nail because the other nails, 2 nails are going to be pink, 2 nails are going to be striped. But I'm going to encapsulate the stripes and I'm going to show you how. So have you guys seen people do those encapsulated flowers where they do a tiny bead of clear acrylic or gel? They do a tiny bead in like the center of wherever the nail is going to be. They choose the center and then they put gel polish like around half of that, cure it, and then do another tiny bead of clear to encapsulate it. And they just keep doing that, tiny little beads of clear, tiny little beads of gel polish, and they create this really pretty flower effect. That's kind of what I was wanting, but I didn't want it to be a flower. I wanted it to be stripes. I wanted you to see, when you look up the barrel of the nail, the little walls of stripes. And it worked. It was really cool. I know I couldn't show it to you in the video. It was really hard to be able to see it. But in real life, in the light, if you take the nail and you look at the side of the nail or up the barrel, you could see the little walls of gel polish. It was so cool. So in order to encapsulate a gel polish design, I'm building out the extension and I'm keeping this extension super thin, super thin. It's pretty much almost the equivalent of a tip. And then once I build out the extension, I am going to take a tiny bead of clear acrylic, a wet tiny bead, and I'm actually going to make sure that I go over my natural nail bed with the tiniest bead of clear acrylic. I do not want to cure gel polish, colored gel polish. Now, if it was base gel, I wouldn't care to go on my natural nail with base gel. My natural nail is already prepped and primed, but I'm not going to go on to that with a gel color, if that makes sense. I don't want these nails to start lifting, and I feel like that wouldn't really adhere to my natural nail perfectly. You need to do gel color either on top of a base gel or on top of an extension. You don't want to do colored gels on top of your natural nail. So I'm just going to go in and do a tiny wet bead of clear acrylic on my natural nail. And once these dry, I am actually going to take the forms off, file them into shape, make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then I'm going to go in with the gel polish design. I want everything smooth for when I go and do the gel polish because I don't want anything being lumpy and bumpy and being hard to work with, if that makes sense. So, what are your guys' plans for summer? Do you got plans? I got more plans. I want to go up to the lakes. I want to take my kids up to the lakes and do some camping this year. I got so many different things I really want to do with the kids. I'm so excited and happy. Life has been different. So many things have changed for me this at the end of winter. And I feel good. I wanted to talk to you guys about it. The reason why, I wasn't posting this winter and all the changes that happened in my life. I wanted to do a story time. This video isn't right for the story time. I'm going to do it when I feel like it's the right video and right time. But yeah, I got so many plans for this summer. I love, being with the kids and working and getting to do my own thing now. I know that sounds weird because you get no context with it, but I swear it'll make sense if you subscribe. There's going to be a storytime video. Let me know if you're up for a storytime video, if you like storytime videos. If not, just so be it. I don't know when it's going to happen anyways. But here we are filing these extensions into shape. I know it almost looks like this is an actual full nail, but it's not. It's really not. This is a very thin extension and just a tiny bit of acrylic on the natural nail, like I said. So I'm just wanting a nice smooth base for the gel polish design. So the idea is if you want to do a design, any type of drawing, nail art on anything, you want to do art on anything, you want it to be a smooth surface. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just making this as smooth as possible and then thinning it out a little bit so that once I encapsulate everything, it's gonna look its best, I guess. I'm also blending in that bead of acrylic that I put on the natural nail bed. I actually go up in my cuticle area and blend that up in there because I'm gonna be doing gel polish stripes up in the cuticle area. I want my stripes to look rounded and nice, and if that's lumpy at all, it would show in the end, I think. I don't want it to look like jagged or messed up in the cuticle area. So I'm just going ahead and blending that bead up there and making everything totally smooth. That was the point. So now I'm going in with some base gel just to make sure that that cuticle area, I'm going up in the cuticle area with that base gel, making sure that the base gel up in that area is totally rounded and pretty looking. So when I add the gel polish color, anywhere you apply base gel, the gel polish color will flow too. So that was what I was hoping for. I made sure that it was super clean up in there so that I could make that gel polish stripe look clean and really nice. Now, once I do a stripe, the technique for this, yeah, I totally got a technique, right? The technique is, once you have your smooth surface and you apply some base gel to make sure that that cuticle area is nice and the extension is ready for gel design, I guess. I did a stripe at the cuticle area, cured that, added a bead of clear acrylic over that stripe, and then extended it out just a little bit so that I would have a clear stripe of acrylic, if that makes sense. And I just keep doing that. Now, if you're really good with your application, you can make your clear line of clear, super straight by patting it out with your brush. But if you struggle with getting it patted out super straight, then go ahead and go in once it dries, go in with a file and just file it straight. Now, I did that at first, but then I made myself get better with the brush making the line of acrylic, patting it out super straight with just the brush, because I had to go back and forth in between the nails. And sometimes if I went too fast with the clear acrylic, I would have to sit there and wait until it dried before I could file it straight. So that's the only thing that stinks. Unless you was to do all your nails like this, then I'm sure the acrylic would be dried by the time you get to the last nail and go back to the first one. You'd be able to file it. But since I was only doing 2 nails, I ended up at first using the file to straighten the lines of acrylic. I would have to wait, and it was really taking a lot of time. I mean, look at all those lines. Can you imagine having to cure every line and then add acrylic and pat it out and then wait to file it? Oh my God. So this is my inspo picks. Man, I love this look for Princess Peach. And then this is the look that I went for like on my nail. I went for this for her, but then also the hand holding toadstool, right? That's what I was going for. So I'm using our poison putty, and I'm just going to go over the technique with you real quick, because this was a lot of art. So for the video, for you to be able to see what I'm doing, and for me to be able to see the depth and stuff, because I'm going to be doing textures and stuff with the poison putty, I go ahead, add white gel polish so that I can see and you can see what's going on. If it was clear, you wouldn't be able to see. So tired of saying that. Now this is one of the ghosts, and I'm going ahead just patting out a circle, and then I'm using my silicone tool to just put indents for the eyes, put a big indent for the mouth, go ahead, cure. I'm going to use gel polish to actually do the designs for all of it. So here is the tongue, and then I'm going to go ahead and add wings separately. So for you to have more of a 3D look, it's great to layer it. Do the base, cure, add parts, cure, and then you're going to have more of a structured design, I guess. You could do it all in one, but then I don't feel like it would really look right. So going ahead and painting him white, I'm going to go in with black. I think I take my black and mix it with clear base gel just to make it tinted. So like some of it's going to be super black and then some of it is going to be shading with black and clear base gel together. And this was easier than it looks. I feel like, to be totally honest, right? Because if you was to have to just draw a ghost with all of these designs on him, his eyes, his mouth, his everything, and shading, I feel like it's harder to actually draw out something free-handed on the nail. To have drawn this comparative to just plopping down poison putty and making the indents for the eyes and building a tongue. This is easier than drawing. It really is. I feel like it's easier to get what you want without it being totally perfect than to sit there and have to draw it out and try to get the texture and the definition with just drawing. I don't know how to explain it, but I love using poison putty. I feel like I can make something look, oh God, what am I trying to say? Come on, help me out here. Okay, if I was to want to draw the ghost, getting his tongue and definition of the shadows to make him look like he is scowling and to get it to look like he is like coming out of the dark. That's a lot of work with just drawing with just your paint and your brush. But using the poison putty to put it on, and you can make the indents, and it doesn't even have to be perfect to seriously come to life. Like, it's just easier, I feel like. I did with the poison putty. I did that ghost faster than what I would have been able to just drawing him freehand, in all honesty. Because I would have had to draw out a white blob, cure it, then draw the eyes and the tongue, cure that, then draw the shadowing, and pray that somehow he really looks like he's coming out of the dark. Now with the poison putty, all you had to do is just plop it down. Man, I'm not going to say this again, okay? I know I over-explain things. I'm bad. I'm like the token woman that talks and like really woman-splains things. Like I just ADHD or something, I don't know. But I really over-explain things like people are stupid. You know what I mean. You're not stupid. I have to really get that through my head that people are not dumb. Okay, so for Princess Peach, I chose to draw her in general. Just her. Her face, her body is all art. And then I go in with the poison putty, blending in the poison putty to her hair for the crown. So the crown comes out of her hair. So it's blended pretty much into the nail. The base of the poison putty would be blended into the nail. But then the top of the crown starts to get thicker and come out. So the crown looks real, right? And then I kind of do the tips of her hair with poison putty just to make like it's coming up off the nail a little bit. I didn't want Princess Peach to be all poison putty. I did not want her to be a charm. I just didn't. I felt like that would have been too much to do with poison putty. Doing like a whole human? No, I'm not sculpting a whole human. A ghost? Yes. Princess Peach? No. So for her skin tone, I just sketched out the main crap for her. Just the outline of her face, where her eyes are going to be, her dress. So when I go in and really get in there with everything, I have pretty much an idea of where the colors need to go. It's almost like a paint by number at this point. So I just mixed brown in with a really pale skin toned color. It's like a really pale nude. I just mixed that really pale nude in with a tiny bit of brown to get her skin tone. It's all right to mix for skin tones. It's really hard to find gel polishes that actually are the skin tone that you want. And then I'm going in and drawing out her hair. Doing my best to get things to look shadowed and creepy is so fun. I love how the inspo pics that I chose were not these perfectly dimensional cartoon characters that you have to have perfect. They were shadowed and grotesque looking, imperfect, gothic looking. That is my favorite style of art because you don't have to be perfect with it. You can be a little bit messy and it adds to the character of it. If it is more like it's on this verge of being perfectly imperfect and fucked up, right? Like you have to find that center of crap for it. So doing her shadowing, bringing back to life her eyes, you guys are going to see what I'm doing. I'm going to let you go and just let you hang out and watch this. I pretty much explained the idea of the poison putty and what I'm doing with it. You can just watch, hang out, chill, listen to some music. I love you guys. In the end of the video is Pensacola Beach, our vacation. If you want to see that, make sure you like and comment, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos since summertime's here and I'm feeling really good mentally. Seeing the sun, it being warm out, it really, really helps with mental health. So I'm feeling really good about everything. I'm doing a couple sets this weekend for people and then I'm going to do a set on myself and I hope to be able to post those this week. So I love you. I'm going to let you go. Yeah. Bye.